Sorry, guys. We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Are you recording again? You have to like
I was.
lace it together.
I was. That's okay. We're good. Oh, Lara, you're muted. Hold on. You unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I took too long earlier.
So this Thieves, we were on Thieves. This one's perfect for this time of year when everybody's got the flu, everybody's got RSV. We're seeing tons of respiratory infections, along with, and I'm talking about prevention here. I mean, it is good if you are already sick, but prevention is the best way to use it. So I roll it on their feet when they're well in the mornings, and then just along with a good diet where you're not giving them a lot of bread or dairy. Those two things can are conducive to. They're very inflammatory. We talked about the cleaner already, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right. So, and then I just wanted to touch on ER just for a minute, because ER is the best deal if you plan to make this lifestyle change. So, if you're trying to educate yourself and improve your own life, and then also, like, my kids know better now, they know the difference between, trying to support your body and just giving yourself a bunch of medicine. There's just a better way. So, and it promotes you of learning and just empowering yourself. And it's just a whole personal growth as well when you get into learning about all this and how to take care of yourself. Over the past couple of weeks, I've heard so many stories of people in the hospitals that are just not having a good experience at all. Personal friends that are dealing with things and it's just not going well at all. So we're moving towards a time where we really need to take care of ourselves and not have to depend on somebody else to tell us what to do and how to stay healthy. Like, we need to start educating ourselves and our friends and family. And once you learn, share that information with others. So getting on ER and swapping out all of your cabinets for things that are clean, that are free of those 80,000 chemicals that are harming our endocrine systems and our hormones and our, respiratory system, our immune system. So we just want to swap all that out, and the easiest way to do it is ER. Now, people always think when they get into Young Living that they have to buy something every month, which is absolutely not true. But if you do get on ER and spend at least $50 a month and slowly swap out all your products and everything that you're buying at the grocery store already, it's not an extra cost. And then if you are on ER for 1 to 3 months, you'll get 10% back in points for free product, like a store credit. 4 to 24 months, you'll get 20% back in store credit. And then anything over 24 months, you'll be getting 25% back in store credit. So along with that, as much as you spend, starting at 100, you'll get free products from Young Living every month as well. So stuff that you normally would not have thought, you'll be getting and using and learning about as well.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So first of all, I didn't want Young Living and I didn't want essential oils. And then I started learning slowly everything that Lara has taught me. And when I went to my first chemical-free home class, that was what empowered me to start making changes in my home. We use stuff like toothpaste and detergent and household cleaners every day anyways. But when I learned how toxic those chemicals could be, it compelled me to not only change out slowly the stuff I was using, but also to teach everybody else, because living in this, having a job in the healthcare field and going to health sciences school, they don't teach you about all that. They teach us about medication and they teach us how to fix illnesses, but how about let's avoid illness and let's, stay healthy and well and not say, oh, if that happens to me, then I'm going to take this, So we've changed out so much of our stuff. And in the beginning, I didn't want to get on ER. I didn't want to buy the kit. I bought the kit because I know Lara and I loved her and trusted her. And She did all the research for me. But when I finally opened my eyes and realized that this was a whole world that we were living in that was toxic, it was frightening. It was frightening, and I felt like if I didn't know this and my husband wasn't aware of it, he's a physician. You just don't think about that. You know, you wash your clothes because that's what people do. You brush your teeth because that's what people do. But when you realize what's in those things that we're using, that we would be using anyways, why not make the switch to Young Living? Because
when you look around and you see your neighbor's got cancer and your uncle's got cancer and your brother-in-law's got autoimmune disease, and I have this person's got fibromyalgia, this person's got something they can't figure out what's going on with them, and you're like, it's all around you. I know every single one of you knows somebody that's
totally. And it's just one of those things, and who knows, I mean, I'm not saying we're not going to get it either, but when we walk out into the street, we can't control the pollution out there, and we can't control the person that's smoking the cigarettes, but what goes into our home, we can control, and we can empower ourselves and our families to learn more about the healthy way. And so things that I never thought about, like laundry detergent that's off-gassing into our systems, we're inhaling all those chemicals. And not only that, we're wearing our clothes all day long, and it's seeping into our skin. And the water from the detergent is running off into the soil that's coming into our water we're drinking. So it's this whole big circle, and I'm not going to get into it further, but do your research, people. Don't, just do your research. But I'm telling you, this is nothing new. This is like ancient Chinese medicine in the most purest, most concentrated form, which is amazing. And also, you may look at the prices of Young Living and go, that's kind of expensive. One, I've learned all of their stuff is so concentrated that you can stretch it. Like their laundry detergent is 6 times concentrated. We use a tablespoon when we wash laundry, and so you may think it may be expensive, but are you willing to sacrifice money for health as well? So, I mean, I think that's a no-brainer. So thank you, Lara, for introducing me to Young Living, because I don't know what I'd do without it.
When you talk to your friends and family about it and they're really not into it and they think you're crazy and they don't really hear what you're saying, don't give up on them, because eventually, a lot of times, they come around. Missy, is Missy on this call?
I think she was earlier. Missy, if you're on, just unmute yourself, babe.
I can remember Missy was being diagnosed with, they didn't know what it was, so they said it was multiple sclerosis, and she was so sick. And I was on the phone with her, and I had just gotten into Young Living and figuring out all this stuff. And she was doing home health at the time, and I was trying to help her. And I was like, I just got into this oil stuff, and I'm like, are you being exposed to different molds? Like, I was thinking she was mold toxic, trying to help her figure out what was going on. She didn't want to hear about the oils, or she was just like, oh, okay, whatever. That was like 2 years ago. And now she's in it. She, loves it. She's sharing about it. So don't give up on people that say, they don't want it right off the bat.
Especially if you love them, you have to keep going, because Lara bullied me, and thank God she did. She was like, you need this. It's good for your kids. She couldn't even really explain to me why at that time, because she was so new, but she's like, get it. And so I did, and I'm glad I did. And you know what? I do this out of love for everybody else, because when you care about people, you don't want to be at their bedside in the hospital. You want them to live the best life they can live, and what's wrong with getting a kit? It's not even that expensive. It's $160, worth way more, over $300. But just with this kit, you can switch out things like your household cleaners, your air fresheners, your candles, cleaning agents. You can make your own cleaners if you wanted to. My face lotion I use frankincense. That's it. I use my makeup from Young Living. And yeah, I'm not a makeup person, but you know what? Those essential rewards points, store credit, I use to get makeup, and I love it. So, it's a lifestyle change. It's not just buy the kit and let it sit there and you've turned into this wellness person. Use your stuff, you guys, and tell people about it. so good. It's so good for everybody. And now my kids don't ask me for, they don't ask for the hydrocortisone when they get a bug bite. They'll use something, they'll say, where's the purification, Mom? Like, they know. And lavender helps for that. You know what I mean? So it's good. It's great that they're growing up in this life where they're not asking to go to the pharmacy. And I'm not against medication. Medication is needed sometimes, but why not try something more pure first?
Good stuff. Any questions from anybody about anything?
Hi, Jennifer. I haven't seen you in ages. Good to see you. I'm going to unmute everybody, and then if anyone wants to talk, we can. Thank you guys all for joining us tonight.
This was a great presentation. Thank you so much.
Who is